5 favorite moments of diegetic music in movies. But what is diegetic music? In film, it's when the music originates from within the world of the characters. It's not a cool montage sequence or an exciting score. The characters don't hear that. It's not when a full cast of characters break into dance in a musical. That music represents emotions and tone rather than reality within the story. Yes, those musical moments can be amazing, and they certainly represent many of my favorite movie moments, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today, we examine diegetic music. Now, I had to create some parameters for myself. I'm not going to include on-stage performances because they would probably fill up my entire list, so you won't see any of those climactic rock star biopic moments, unexpected roof-shattering auditions, or even Napoleon Dynamite's campaign-winning dance. Also, musicals can make this blurry, so I'm going to avoid them altogether, so you won't see Eponine's unrequited lament, Maria teaching the Von Trapps, or even Mrs. Potts serenading New Love, which is one of those blurry examples. I mean, she's really singing, right? Either way, let's get started with my 5 favorite moments of diegetic music in movies. There are several great scenes where musicians are learning their big hit, whether it's a couple high school boys in a small apartment trying their first original song like Sing Street, or a lonely couple realizing their musical chemistry in Once. This can be a great musical moment, and my favorite example of this comes from 2003's School of Rock. Jack Black plays Dewey Finn, a wannabe rock star. He has deceitfully earned a substitute teaching position at a private school and becomes overjoyed when he realizes the musical talent of his students. Number 5, School of Rock, music class.
I heard you in music class. You guys can really play. Why didn't anyone tell me? You!
Jack Black's love of music is absolutely contagious in this scene. He takes one student at a time and teaches them the portion of a song. With each student, his enthusiasm grows, and by the end, he has a full rock band. And if you aren't smiling ear to ear, you have no soul. This scene is an absolute celebration of how fun music can be. How about a character discovering music, whether it's an alien trying to understand human culture, or a deaf father experiencing his daughter's voice for the first time? My favorite example of music discovery comes from Cameron Crowe's Almost Famous. William Miller is a brilliant but dorky 11-year-old growing up in the 70s. His sister clashes with her strict mother, so she moves out, but before she leaves, she gifts him with her secret record collection. Number 4, Almost Famous, One Day You'll Be Cool. For the first time, William is exposed to something cool. He explores the record collection and he ever so delicately listens to one. And he doesn't just listen to the music, he touches the textures of the albums and experiences every aspect of the music. This scene about music reaches beyond our sense of hearing and impacts our sight, touch, and even smell. Nostalgia towards music has never been more tactile. What about recognizing greatness in music, whether it's a rival realizing Mozart's superiority, or a pack of inmates hearing a song so beautiful it's beyond their understanding? My favorite comes from Danny Boyle's Yesterday. Jack Malik is a struggling musician. After an accident hospitalizes him, he reunites with his friends to realize something strange has happened. The world has shifted and no one is aware of the historic rock band, the Beatles. Number 3, Yesterday, Jack sings Yesterday. To celebrate his release from the hospital, Jack's friends gift him with a new guitar.
Yesterday.
He begins to play the familiar Beatles classic, Yesterday. His friends are stunned by this new and fresh song, even though Jack and us, the audience, have heard it 1,000 times. But somehow, as the shots go from their amazement to various shots of strangers, the song begins to sound fresh and new to us. It feels like I'm hearing it for the first time too. It's quite magical. How about the romantic feelings music creates in movies? Maybe it's hijacking a plane's speaker system to woo a girl, or it's two teens unable to look at each other while practicing a song for school. My favorite romantic moment comes from Before Sunrise. Jesse meets Celine on a train in Europe. On a whim, he convinces her to explore Vienna with him before his return home tomorrow. The young couple are in a strange place and are strangers to each other, but their infatuation outweighs any inhibition. They explore the small corners of the city and end up in a music store. Number 2, Before Sunrise, the music booth. The two cram into a small music booth to listen to a record. They stand silently as they listen to the unfamiliar song, but their eyes peek at each other, then away, then back again. You can sense they want to embrace or gaze deep into each other's eyes, but the fragile relationship is too new, so they stand, practically unable to contain their rushing emotions, capturing that youthful passion to perfection. Finally, listening to music on the radio. Whether you're alone in the car singing at the top of your lungs, or you're hanging out with all your buddies, my all-time favorite diegetic music moment comes from a group of young people doing just that, listening to the radio. That Thing You Do follows a local rock band, the The Wonders. After having mild success, a producer promises to get their new song played on the radio. Number 1, That Thing You Do radio debut. As the members of the band carry out their daily responsibilities, they have one ear tied to the radio, hoping to hear themselves, and it finally happens. Each member individually hears their familiar tune, so they rush together to share the experience with the rest of the band. It's funny, sweet, cathartic, and frankly, one of the most joyful moments I've ever seen on the big screen. This is by far the best moment in an already wonderful film. What do you think? Are those the 5 best moments of diegetic music movies? Tell me if you agree or disagree, and share with me some moments I certainly forgot. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you're notified of my upcoming videos.